A child follows an Easter bunny into a shadowed parking lot, unaware of the danger lurking inside a car. Figures with torches stand at the edge of a forest, watching a house in silence. Easter, a time of pastel eggs and Sunday prayers, hides a darker side where innocence twists into nightmares. Welcome to Darker Unveiled, where the shadows of holidays turn deadly. This is no ordinary Easter tale. 3 true stories, each more unsettling than the last, will unravel over the next minutes, pulling listeners into a world where chocolate bunnies mask something sinister. Subscribe now, dim the lights, and step into the terror, but don't look too closely. Some shadows follow you home. The Easter Bunny's Trap. Spring 1990s, a small-town church in the American Midwest. Easter Sunday dawns bright, the sanctuary upstairs alive with hymns, the air thick with the scent of lilies. Below, in the basement, pastel streamers drape the walls, paper lambs and crosses fluttering between classroom doors. Children laugh, their minds on egg hunts, while teachers in cheap bunny ears lead Sunday school lessons. The church is a split-level maze, the main sanctuary above, classrooms below on a sloped lot, with a long carpeted hallway branching into age-grouped rooms. At the hall's end, 2 bathrooms flank a heavy grey door, locked from the inside, meant for emergencies only. Don't use it, the adults warn. It locks behind you. A 6-year-old boy raised on Christ's love sits in his classroom, coloring pictures of Jesus' empty tomb. The Easter service ran long and his bladder protests. He raises his hand, excused to the bathroom just 15 feet away. The hallway is quiet, the hum of fluorescent lights blending with the teacher's distant voice. He slips into the boy's bathroom, locks the stall, and sits. Silence wraps around him until a sound cuts through. A slow, metallic scrape, like something dragging against the next stall's door. Not loud, but sharp, uneven. Confusion, not fear, stirs in his young mind. Another kid, maybe. He finishes, washes his hands, and glances in the mirror. The stall door behind him creaks open, slow and deliberate. No child steps out. A grown man in an Easter bunny costume emerges, the suit sagging, grayish-white fur stained, one eye sewn on crooked. The boy smiles, unafraid. In his church, in his world, this is the Easter Bunny, here for a surprise. "Hi," he says, voice bright. The figure tilts its head, silent, unmoving. Seconds stretch, awkward and heavy. Then a muffled voice breaks the quiet, low and deliberate. "You're the lucky chosen child. I have a gift for you outside." Excitement blinds him. A special Easter prize? He pushes the grey door open, ignoring the warnings, and steps into the parking lot. The bunny follows, silent, guiding him toward a far corner where a car waits, half hidden by a dumpster and scraggly bushes. No basket, no candy, just a car, parked too far from the church. The bunny takes his hand, grip firm. Halfway across the lot, a second Easter bunny steps from the car. The boy freezes, his smile fading. 2 bunnies? The magic cracks, replaced by a cold, wrong feeling. A scream shatters the moment. Miss Sabrina, a teacher, rounds the church, her eyes wide with horror. The first bunny drops the boy's hand, bolts for the car. Instinct kicks in. The boy runs to Sabrina, collapsing into her arms. Tires screech as the car speeds away. Through tears, he swears he saw another child in the back seat, a fleeting glimpse. Sabrina alerts the adults, police swarm, but the trail is cold. No missing children reported, no suspects found. The bunny had a key to the locked door, knew the church's layout, waited in the bathroom like a predator. Was there really a child in that car, or was it fear playing tricks? One thing is certain, Easter Sunday would never feel safe again. The manhunt in the dark. Fast forward to a rural American town, April 2022. Easter week, a Thursday night, school cancelled for Good Friday. 6 high school seniors, Jake, Race, Chuck, Arthur, Raz, and another gather at Raz's sprawling house, isolated in the middle of nowhere. Raz's parents are gone, the place theirs. The backyard borders a dense wood, fenced on one side, edged by a creek and a neighbor's horse pasture. These friends have outgrown kiddie egg hunts, inventing their own game, a hybrid of manhunt and Easter egg hunts. Two teams, seekers hiding eggs while hunting hiders, with rules to keep it fair. Tonight, they'll play in the dark. In Raz's basement, video games hum until Chuck suggests a round. Flashlights are grabbed, plastic eggs snatched from Raz's mom's stash. A random number generator splits them. Jake, Arthur, and Race hide. Chuck, Raz, and their friend seek. Timers set. The hiders scatter into the woods. The seekers hide their eggs. Dusk fades to moonlight, the air cool and sharp. The seekers split up. Chuck and Raz to the right, their friend veering left into a thicket of trees. He moves quietly, flashlight dimmed, relying on the moon's glow. Stealth is key. A beam would give him away. Minutes pass, then movement catches his eye 20 feet ahead. A figure crouches behind a tree, still as stone. Race, he thinks, always picking bold spots. He creeps closer, circling to surprise him. Heart pounding, he lunges, tapping the figure's shoulder with a shout, "Gotcha!" The figure turns and terror floods his veins. Not Race, not a friend, a grown man, eyes wild, hair slicked back, clothes torn and reeking. Before the boy can react, the man tackles him, hands clamping his throat. Air vanishes, strength fails. Death feels close. A flashlight beam dances through the trees. Chuck sprinting toward the scream. The man bolts, vanishing into the dark. Gasping, the boy staggers to his feet, Chuck at his side. They run to the house, calling the others. Back in the basement, the group's chaos quiets when Arthur speaks. Before the game began, during the hiding phase, he saw two figures moving through the woods, slow and deliberate, like scouts. Not seekers. The timing was wrong. 3 strangers were in those woods, the attacker and 2 others, watching, waiting. The group debates calling the police, but Raz shuts it down. Grounded, forbidden from hosting, he fears his parents' wrath. Reluctantly, they agree to stay silent, the night's terror buried. A week later, Raz retrieves the eggs alone and scared. The woods hold no answers, only questions. Who were those men? Hunters, drifters, or something worse? The game was a trap, and one boy nearly paid the ultimate price. Easter's joy dimmed, replaced by a shadow that lingers. The figures in the woods. Easter 2023, a sprawling house in the American countryside owned by Uncle John, a jovial man with land stretching to thick woods on all sides. Every year, an extended family gathers here, their laughter filling the air. One guest, a city kid, feels out of place among outdoorsy cousins, all hunters and farmers. Only Kevin, a cousin a few years older, bridges the gap, keeping him company. This year, the trip feels heavier. The drive arrives late Friday, and exhaustion sends the kid to bed. Saturday morning, the house buzzes with relatives. The kid and Kevin hide in the basement, playing pool, dodging family chaos. Kevin talks up the woods behind the house. Miles of untamed beauty, a maze he's explored since childhood. Boredom wins. The kid agrees to a walk. Uncle John, easygoing, gives his blessing. Kevin leads, cutting through the backyard into a natural path, the forest closing around them. Sunlight filters through, but the deeper they go, the more the kid worries about getting lost. Kevin laughs it off, claiming he knows every tree. 40 minutes in, a sound stops them cold. A loud rhythmic thunk like a hammer striking wood. Pause, hit. Not an animal, not a branch. Kevin's eyes narrow. It could be a hunter, but his tension says otherwise. The sound stops. Curiosity pulls them forward toward the source. Then Kevin halts, arm out, pointing up. 3 upside-down crosses nailed into trees 15 feet off the ground, too high for a lone climber. Before they can retreat, a figure steps from the shadows. A man, bearded, dressed like a lumberjack, his stare dark and heavy. "You shouldn't be here," he growls, eyes fixed on the kid. Kevin apologizes, pulling them back. The man doesn't move, just watches as they flee, checking over their shoulders. Back at the house, Uncle John's face falls. No neighbor matches that description. Talk of searching the woods dies. John wants no trouble. The cousins retreat to the basement, shaken. That night, sleep eludes the kid. At 5 a.m., restless, he wanders to John's third-floor study, its window overlooking the backyard. A faint, flickering glow catches his eye, small fires at the wood's edge. 3 figures stand, holding torches facing the house, silent and still. He wakes Uncle John, who grabs a rifle and storms to the deck. The figures are gone, swallowed by the forest. John fires 3 shots into the air, waking the house in chaos. Easter morning is ruined, the family on edge. 9 months later, John reports no further incidents, but the woods feel tainted. Were those figures cultists, squatters, or something older tied to the land? The crosses, the torches, the stranger's warning. They linger like a curse, staining Easter's light. The shadow that stays. 3 Easters, 3 brushes with terror. A child nearly taken by a costumed predator, a game turned deadly in a moonlit wood, figures watching from a forest's edge. Easter's pastel promise hides a truth. Danger doesn't respect holidays. Who was the bunny waiting in that bathroom? What did those men want in Raz's woods? Why did torches burn outside Uncle John's house? These questions have no answers, only whispers. But here's the twist that'll chill the soul. Each survivor wonders if they escaped, or if something followed them home, waiting for next Easter to strike again. Which tale froze the blood? The bunny's trap, the manhunt's attacker, or the torchlit watchers? Share thoughts in the comments, and if the dark calls, subscribe to Darker Unveiled. Hit the bell for more truths that haunt. But next Easter, when eggs are hidden and hymns are sung, check the shadows. They're watching,